Hello and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. You are watching Daily Dive. It is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. I'm your host, Michael Carvelis in Guyton, Georgia. And we are live on 12 on Sports via YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV. Reminder to subscribe to the 12 on Sports YouTube channel for other great shows and live sports. On today's awesome show, Nick Rose was traded again. And it also involved Jamie Dawick again. I'll try to make sense of that. Contenders versus pretenders. Everybody not named Buffalo, Saskatchewan, Albany, and Las Vegas will be included in this stretch of teams that I think could either give the Bandits a run for their money or not. And of course, there's always a Tuesday tradition here, fresh fits, and we had 8 teams participate this weekend. Without further ado, let's go ahead and let you know that this show is presented by tickets.12onsports.com. That's tickets.numbers12lettersozsports.com. Get your National Lacrosse League tickets for less by going to that website. The website includes every sport, not just the NLL, and all your favorite music artists, concerts, not to mention Broadway and theater. Tickets.12onsports.com. Alrighty, folks, let's get right into this here. Nick Rose, and that, I just want to let you know. That street, every time I Googled Peterborough, Ontario, that for some reason kept coming up. So I've never been to Ontario, never been to Canada. I've seen Niagara Falls, that's about it. I live in Georgia. Okay, please forgive me. So I know Peterborough Lakers are like a big time organization up there. We had Pete Dallaty on this show. He's affiliated with Peterborough, that's why I said that. So here's the thing. The Oakville Rock, who are also owned by Jamie Dawick, traded Nick Rose to the Peterborough Lakers. Now, if you'll remember, like we know the Christian Dobianco trade went down, but lost in the fray now, lost in history now, is Nick Rose being dealt from Toronto to Calgary. Like, that was the trade before the Del Bianco trade happened. Like, Nick Rose was the face of the NLL, of NLL news and speculation for a good week until, of course, Del Bianco came through. And automatically, and maybe rightfully so, a bunch of people, and even myself, you can lump me in there with those folks, just kind of assumed that, yeah, Jamie Dawick's just going to bring these folks back, and he's just like he'll bring back Mitch DeSnoo. If he had treated Tom Schreiber, he'll bring back Tom Schreiber. He'll bring back Nick Rose next season, and I'm like, I kind of started to pump the brakes on that. Because Jamie Dawick, he's in the background of the picture there. Jamie Dawick is the same guy who went on the podcast with Jake Elliott. It's called Lacrosse Classified. That's what it is. So he went on that podcast early in the season pretty much and said, it's going to be World War III. Now, we know that, like, in terms of like the correct collective bargaining agreement. So, yeah, we know that, like, the CBA is coming up, and, Jamie Dawick says everything's going to be shut down because the players want this and owners want blah, blah, blah. Thankfully, Brett Fruit came on OTCB and then kind of walked that back a little bit and said, I don't know about that. But the same owner who said that is the same owner who is now not just dealt Nick Rose in the National Lacrosse League, but dealt him, it's not like he sent the guy west. Ontario's on the east. So he's like cutting ties with Nick Rose. And by cutting ties, I don't mean like they had a falling out. But it's very odd to me that you would trade him in both leagues. Like, well, I forget what the Peterborough Lakers are a part of, but like, I just find it very interesting. A guy who's so connected to the Toronto Rock, we're just assuming he's just going to come back. And I'm here to tell you right now, if, and this is just me speculating, if the CBA goes a little bit in the player's favor, and they do find a little bit more money, even though that may not be possible, but let's just say for the sake of argument that it happens. Are we sure that Nick Rose doesn't stay in Calgary? Are we sure that, like, Mitch DeSnew doesn't fall in love with Philadelphia? Like, we don't know. Like, it's great to speculate Jimmy Dowd has this master plan. He'll get some draft picks and just bring the band back together. But Jimmy Dowd also realizes sports aren't fair sometimes. And we can keep on assuming this guy's going to come back to Toronto. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure this happens automatically like everyone thinks. Again, trading him in the NLL is one thing. Trading him in two separate leagues is entirely different. And Nick Rose, it felt like, was the guy who could have come back quicker because he was tied to the TRAC. But now it's like, I don't know, man. It's just a thought process I'm having. I'm just wondering why both leagues. That seems just, again, a little bit odd to me. All right, we come back to this awesome show. Let's talk about contenders and pretenders, okay? There's 10 teams that are lumped in this big mess of standings, and I'm going to try to make sense of it and probably piss off some more fans. It's what I do best. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back to Daily Dive. Thanks for tuning in on this awesome Tuesday.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Again, I cannot explain to you on the last few days that graphic, at least on my end, has been super, super behind. And I'm like, am I on video or am I not? Okay, regardless of that, again, that is so frustrating. Reminder, there's an audio-only podcast version of this show. Head to Spotify and search Daily Dive. We thank you for staying safe, because if you can't watch it, obviously you got to listen to it, okay? You're driving, oh, what's he saying? Ouch! Okay. That is a horrible sequence. Okay. Oh, again. It's time for contenders and pretenders. So this is like the thought process on this graphic is me basically like in my bed. I have great walls, by the way. In my bed wondering who are the haves and the have-nots of the National Lacrosse League, okay? So the reason this comes up is because there are currently some teams lumped in with each other. There's like, okay, you know, there's like 9 teams right now. I said 10 before break. There's 9 teams that are not named Buffalo or Saskatchewan that are in this jumbled mess of a unified standings, okay? I told you before, I also don't think Albany's going to make the playoffs. Las Vegas and Toronto, probably, they both have 9. They'll have 9+ losses. So these are the teams that are not named Saskatchewan or Buffalo because they both have 10 wins that are going to, I think, be in there or not be in there. Okay? So currently, we're going to go through the standings and just kind of pick these ones out. And if you know the show already, you know which side is which and what. But let me sell it to you for a minute, okay? Colorado Mammoth are 8-5. They currently are tied. Well, they're third in the standings, but I believe they beat Halifax, so they're currently third in the standings, okay? Colorado, for me, is a contender. We have seen, and maybe this is the ghost of, was it 2022 or whatever, 2021, when the Mammoth won the title, and they beat Buffalo and Dylan Ward, etc. Now, I do think, again, I like many others, the losses of Eli McLaughlin to fire truck duty, first of all, thank you for your service, and the loss of Zed Williams to injury, those are major losses. But the fact that Colorado was able to go into Philadelphia against a Wings team, which I'll get to in a minute here, was hungry and does have some potential. The defense shut the Wings down. Ryan Lee did his thing late, and the Mammoth stayed afloat. I do think the Mammoth, despite having no Zed and no Liger, are still contenders because they have Dylan Ward. And still contenders because their offense, to be fair, still has a healthy Will Malcolm, healthy Ryan Lee, a healthy Connor Kelly, okay? Those 3 guys are no slouches. Oh, and Connor Robinson, who's fat and out of shape. Is that joke old now? Probably is. Yeah, Colorado's a contender. Let's go to Halifax. And folks, okay, full disclosure, I'm going to make you guys happy and piss you guys off this week at the same time. So basically, Halifax is going to move up in my power rankings, which airs tomorrow. Halifax is still a pretender. They've won 6 of the last 7. Their fans are vocal, and shout out to them for defending their team. But what's frustrating for me, can I count on Warren Hill? I say it over and over and over again. Can I count on Warren Hill? That Toronto Rock game was disturbing as anything. Toronto Rock, who then end up getting rocked by the Warriors, who, to be fair, Del Bianco's a great goalie. We saw what happened with Nick Rose when he joined the Roughnecks first thing. Del Bianco's the Warriors, and they shut down the Rock like it was nothing. The previous week, a team who's had their goalie all season, Warren Hill, Thunderbirds, they get spanked. And I feel like those games are why I cannot trust Halifax. And I'll just go with the Georgia Swarm now, too, because Georgia Swarm are currently sitting at, they're right behind those teams. Swarm are sitting at 7-6. They're also pretenders. I love Brett Dobson. Love Lyle Thompson, Captain Clutch, Andrew Q, Shane Jackson, etc. I can't trust you because, exactly, MJG79, I need consistency from the Halifax Thunderbirds. I need consistency from Georgia. I can't keep, on every game I count on you the most, I get nothing from you. Like I said, Halifax against Toronto, against Troy Holochuk, for crying out loud. And no offense, but come on now. And then you've got Georgia against Albany. Those games happen. It's like, well, son of a God, like, what am I doing? Why should I trust you? I can't. And to be fair, when you're having a conversation of contenders and pretenders, some teams are like, not everyone can be contenders, even though NLL fans like to think so. Okay. Next up after the Swarm, the Seals. Now, I'll be honest, every single year the Seals have been in existence, and especially since I've been covering this league, it feels like to me the Seals always have, amazing expectations. So maybe that's part of the reason why I think at 7-6, they're still amazing. Guy the goal is nuts. He says, come on, man. He's pretending to listen. Andrew, love that last name. I'm just going to call him a cyborg. No, I'm kidding. You make some good points about Hill. Has me worried about the Chiefs this summer with Hill and Jameson both struggling, with Rosenau and Peterborough changing. That's a good point. And see, I just talked about the Major Series lacrosse. That's what that league was, by the way. I knew that. But yeah. But no, I need people. Oh, Cywink. I didn't want to say. I thought it was like a layup. Okay, cool. Back to the schedule programming here. Again, if you look at the San Diego Seals, are like a team that it's like, I know you're supposed to be awesome, but like, why are you not there? And maybe it's like, maybe because of my expectations, I feel like they should be in the Swarm and the Thunderbirds because it's like, I'm not being fair. But then like Wesley Burke, maybe he's a salesman. He goes on the NLL box out and says, yeah, we were tinkering with the lineup. I'm like, oh. And since he said that, they're winning and winning easily. So I feel like San Diego is still a contender. Now, they might, if there was like a Venn diagram, I think that's what it's called, or a circle, whatever it's called, and there was like that thing in the middle, Seals might be closer to that middle thing. I should have paid attention in school. But like I said, they're still contenders, and I love watching those late-night games with Nick Ocello and Cooper Perkins, but again, I'm putting the Seals in there again. Expectations might be a thing. Next up, Rochester Nighthawks. Listen, I was very close to putting Rochester as a contender. And here's the thing. I still feel like they're a couple of defensive pieces away. I really, really like watching the Rochester Nighthawks. You guys know I love Connor Fields. Like he is one of my favorite players and one of the most underrated players in the league. Rylan Hartley, when he's on it, could possibly be the best goalie in the league. It doesn't happen every week. Now, they are now 8-7, but I feel like we saw the story the last 2 years. Rochester started slow, got hot, and they get spanked in the first round. Like, I want them to do well. I don't know if I can trust them against the big boys, so Rochester stayed out of my contenders list. Calgary Roughnecks, listen, Nick Rose, in back-to-back games, had very good games against the Buffalo Bandits, okay? Even though they lost 11-6, he didn't score six goals. His team scored 6 goals. So Nick Rose and the Roughnecks again with Curtis Dixon, Dane, the Menace Doby. I call him the Menace all of a sudden. That was off the top, by the way. Good by me. And then the Roughnecks also have a good defense. Also, by the way, Braden Maya's playing well. I believe it's Justin Ignacio. God, what a freak of a face-off guy he is, and no one even talks about him. And then, of course, I hope Tyler Pace is okay. I haven't seen the update on the injury. He was hurt in the last game, didn't see the severity of it. But yeah, no, the Roughnecks look good, man. Roughnecks, that trade for Nick Rose, I mean, they, again, very tough against the Buffalo Bandits, which I was not expecting right away. So they're contenders. Vancouver Warriors, I said it before, I'll say it again. Just like I said yesterday, folks, I don't know how awesome Del Bianco is going to be with this team, but to me, stomping the rock like he did and making that offense suddenly look incredible deserves a lot of credits. And I think the Warriors, and again, their offense has the ability to die sometimes, and I don't understand it, but that offense was cooking, man. They were cooking against the rock, and I'm telling you, folks, Del Bianco, completely new team, and of course, you can trust Kurt Malosky, as we all know. Other teams, Ottawa Black Bears, LOL. Talk about a dying offense. Boy, Jeff T had no turnovers and they still got butchered. My Lord. And, of course, the Philadelphia Wings, also pretenders. They've lost like 6 straight. That is puke. You can't do it. And Nick Damude has not been the goalie. He was in Panther City. Thank you. Yes, Glazes Wild. Also, you got to wonder, Andrew Sywink says, got to wonder though if Del Bianco's couch. Yes, the couch has got to be upset. Domestic dispute. Unbelievable. All right, when we come back to this awesome show, let's break down the freshest of the fits. The players that make things look good, I would never be able to. Okay, you get it. Fresh Fits is next. You're watching Daily Dive. We'll wrap it up next.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
You need tickets to that next event? We've got them. That's right, tickets.12ozsports.com. Get you to any sporting event, concert, theater event that you can think of. And the promo code 12OZ or ROME gets you an additional discount. Don't feed the massive ticket corporate machine. Go to tickets.12ozsports.com and enjoy the show. America, get back on track with Dust Pods Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Daily Dive. Reminder, if you want your tickets to the next game, buy them for less at tickets.12onsports.com. Tickets.numbers12lettersozsports.com. We're beating it into your heads right now. Please use your tickets there. And okay, whatever. I'm done pleading at this point. Okay. So stupid. Okay, Fresh Fits. We're here. Best looking players. I shared the screen this way this time because I can like zoom in. At least what devil horns? How dare you? I'm kidding. Eric Fennell, the Ottawa Black Bears. And by the way, the way this works is if you last season again. I know a few of you are new. So Fresh Fits, I choose the best looking players every weekend from the teams that post on Instagram their best dressed players at the player walk-ins. Long story short, the players with the most nods by me during the season will then be representing their teams in the bracket, the playoffs, and then you, the fans, get to vote. So, yeah. Eric Fennell, Ottawa Black Bears nod this week. Dyson Williams, a couple of nods this year now. Just a beautiful blue suit. Shout out to Now Urgent Care in Albany, I guess, because that is matching the backdrop there. Probably not intentional, but yeah. Love the tie. I love, of course, the Tucker pin as always. I don't know if Sean helps Dyson buy those suits, but man, oh man, those two are always looking phenomenal with the suit game, especially Sean Williams. Calgary, Justin Inacio, another nod for him. Nothing much here, but the khaki will do. Also, I like the, what is that, a pinstripe shirt? It's rare to see a pinstripe shirt. Like, mostly it's just like suits, which I respect. But yeah, Justin Inacio, there you go for Calgary. Josh, listen. A camera hates to see Josh Byrne coming. It's like, hey, Josh, Fresh Fits. It's like, Josh, we're done. Okay, I didn't know the picture was over. You know, what is he supposed to do? So Josh Byrne with a shirt that looks like a jacket, but I respect it. Matt Wright, his first, what? Is that Louis? No, he didn't do a Louis Vuitton. That would be impressive. Well, I was more impressed with his, oh, wow. That might be the highest ankles I've seen yet. Like those things, oh, he rolled them up. Oh, come on. That's on purpose. Your pants, you didn't buy capris. You bought the pants and says, you know what? You suffocated your thighs or calves. How dare you, sir? No, Matt Wright's looking phenomenal. All right, Connor Cook for the Colorado Mammoth. Just a simple, that needs to be a Daily Dive beanie, by the way, just so we're clear. This was hard to find, but Nick Preston, a nice red velvet suit on. And then Ryan Martell, listen, kids got ups, first of all. And I know we're not in Christmas time, but I do love the Nutcracker socks there. I don't know if he meant to show the socks, and that's why he jumped. But you see how much better though that looks than this? Like, come on, man. You guys know how I feel about ankles. Okay, that is unacceptable. Comments. Especially with the Nick Rose and Christian Del Bianco helmet thing going on right now on Twitter, that might be a good idea. Kind of the goalie helmets ranks for goal. Why is it gonna be goalies only? I guess because goalies are the only ones that can differentiate their helmets. That's a good point. But here's a hot take. Maybe this is a bad take, but I feel because a lot of teams, especially there's a lot of special uniforms, and a lot of times the helmets do not match. I think every player should be allowed to customize their helmets. I mean, come on, man. We're trying to be uniform. Are we, though? Because most of the Marvel uniforms don't have their own helmets. Come on now. Thought process. All right. Thanks for watching today's awesome show. Reminder to go to Daily Dive LAX to check out the awesome social media that we have on Instagram and Twitter, X. You can also click the link tree in our bios to check out the store, or head directly to the store by going to dailydivelacks.creator-spring.com. We thank you for buying things. Again, you can either buy tickets to the next game or buy a beanie. And I'm not begging for money. Am I? That's wrong. Thanks for watching today's show. We appreciate everyone that tunes in, for the comments, etc. You guys know you're incredible. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 12 on Sports. Huge guest coming on Thursday, by the way. But I'll leave that alone and probably announce that one tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been Daily Dive. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.